It's Pete from Cheap Homesteading, and today we're going to work on the Massey 50. We're going to install the new exhaust system I got from reliable aftermarket parts. You know what, I didn't want to actually install this before I had the main part of my subframe for my front dozer blade on. I've kind of got to a point now that I can actually install my exhaust. We can try to make sure that's not going to interfere with anything. So that's what we're going to do today, so let's go. Okay, so this is where we're at. You can see the old exhaust system is well finished. We're gonna have to try to reuse this clamp here, and the person that took the exhaust off was so nice to leave the clamp there. So hopefully we can just install it. And it'll fit perfect. So let's start doing it. The first thing we're going to do is remove the old exhaust system. Now, if you remember in the winter, I made some really quick welds just to keep the exhaust going so I could finish my maple syrup. So she's kind of bubbled up there. So we're going to cut that all off and make it look good. Wow, there you go. Okay, so we're gonna straighten that up. One thing I have learned since I started doing YouTube is I tend to do things just a little bit better. I'm a real functional kind of person. I don't spend a ton of money on things. I just kind of keep things going. And maybe I did that just a little bit too much. Like some of my stuff looked like a wreck. I feel like I got a little more balance. I actually, fix my exhaust properly and all that kind of stuff. But I still try to do it as cheap as possible. Because you know what? Fixing the exhaust, putting an exhaust on, it's still way cheaper than buying a new tractor. So the next thing we're going to do is cut off this bolt. I'm going to try to save that clamp because I couldn't get the clamp. And then we should be able to just start reassembling. Put the clamp on. Okay, so let's see if it goes on. She does, she's tight, which is good. Okay. We'll just set that there for now. I definitely ran into my first problem. This pipe definitely doesn't fit a tractor with a loader because this is the same bottom plate that fits on a loader and the pipe is too long. But there really wasn't too many options for me out there, so I'm gonna have to cut the pipe and shorten it up a little bit and move some of my hydraulic hoses I installed because it's gonna be too close to the exhaust. So my exhaust pipe has to go up through here to the muffler. I'm gonna have to move these hoses, but when you look, it is way too long to actually be able to fit in here. I'm pretty much going to have to remove this chunk of exhaust pipe and then tack it and then weld it in its final place. So I guess that's what we're going to do. I am super happy the original owner left the exhaust hanger because that just saved you a lot of time having to make stuff. I don't know if he did it on purpose or he just tied it up, whatever it may be. Okay, so we're going to throw the pipe in place. This is kind of where I want it. I'm going to make a mark where the end of this is. So we're going to measure this and then remove it from there. Okay, so it's about 3 inches I have to cut off. So I have to remove 3 inches from in here. So we'll mark it. And we'll mark it here. And I'll try to make a line so I can weld it in the same line. Make sure you wear your safety glasses. That could have came out a little better, but that's what grinders are for. I'll grind it up nice and try to give it a little bit, another bead with the welder. I got it all welded up. It doesn't quite look original, but I think I can deal with it as long as it's functional. Okay, so there you go. She's almost there. Gonna put a new bolt. Okay. So I got the exhaust installed. I think it's pretty good location-wise. These hoses, I'm gonna have to try to keep them away just a little bit better, but otherwise, I think it's gonna work really, really good. It's away from everything else. It's not interfering. I'm gonna have to tie up these hoses so it can't fall against the pipe, but I think it's gonna work really good. Let's fire it up and see how it runs. Man, she's running hot. I'm gonna have to try to adjust maybe the timing on it or something. That is crazy. Okay, so there you go. The exhaust is installed. Everything went pretty good. The only thing is, I think the tractor, the timing is off. Like setting your distributor and your points and everything. So I'm gonna probably go over that again. I kind of hand adjusted it so it's actually not overheating the exhaust and it's running better. I guess I just didn't notice it when the exhaust was pretty much off and you just couldn't hear it and you just really didn't notice it too much. So she's all up and running. I'm super happy with that. So that's about enough for today. You guys have a good one.